morning, everybody. I'm Kim, and I just retired from a 20-year career as an account executive selling advertising. What I want to do right now is tell you some things that I've always wanted to say to my clients, but I couldn't say it because it was my job not to. So here we go. Number one, you absolutely need marketing. Period. Mic drop, walk away. You need it. I don't care. Oh, I got word of mouth and I haven't. So you've made enough money? You're done? You don't need any more customers? Come on. Word of mouth is fine. If you think every person knows 6 people or whatever that 6 degrees of separation is. Every person knows 6 people who know 6 people. That's fine. But marketing done the correct way can get you 6,000, 60,000. My point is scale things and think about it. Word of mouth is fine. It's great, especially in small villages, small areas, small towns. But if you got a business that you want to grow beyond the corner drugstore or beyond your craft room or basement, you need marketing. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, you need to be realistic about what type of marketing you can afford, where you should put your money, and why. Okay? A lot of marketing will just take your money to take your money. Think about all the social media. Oh, spend $200, but run it for 2 days. You might as well just throw the $200 in a little piggy bank and save that money. Save it for later, because it's not going to do much for you. It might get you something. I can't even be realistic and tell you something, but you need to honestly sit down, look at your business, say, where do I want to be in 3 months? And I say 3 months because a lot of people say, well, my commercial just ran. Why isn't my phone ringing? It doesn't work that way. Just doesn't. People need to hear something over and over and see something over and over before they finally react on it. Okay, so be realistic about what you can afford. Be realistic about the time of your flight, which I just mentioned. People say, well, I need to see results now. Let's run it for a week. Nope. Throw your money in that can. Leave it alone. You're wasting money. You need to run for at least 3 months to get things to ramp up, to get people to remember, to get your message resonating. People have so much coming at them at once. If they see it once in a week, they're not going to remember. They've got too much going on. Because the second your commercial is over, they're on to something else. Even if it's not another commercial, it's back to the show they're watching, or back to the family at the table, or back to whatever. So you need to be realistic about the length of time where you're running your marketing. Another thing I would like to talk to you about for where you want to place your ad, okay? Don't put it on the networks that you watch only. You're not targeting you. You know about your business. You need to put it on the networks that your account executive says the data shows where your target audience is watching. Tell your account executive who and where you want to reach and why, and let them find the networks for you. Build the schedule based on your audience, not on your viewing habits. That's a big one, okay? You need to know all of this stuff. But what you also need to do is, once you find your account executive, find someone who can be honest. If you say, this is my budget, I want to do this, and they say, okay, sure, yeah, no problem. What you need to do is say, this is what I think I can allocate to my budget. Tell me what I can do with this. Tell me realistically how long it'll get me, the geography it'll get me, and who it will target. Because with broadcast, one commercial goes everywhere broadcast goes, and that sounds amazing. No, because if your main marketing area is within 15 to 20 miles of your house, you don't want to go 100 miles away from your house. You're wasting it. So instead of paying for the whole pie with broadcast, you want to pay for the piece of the pie that you know you can use, which is cable. Cable has the ability to zip code, zone. They have marketing zones. It's just endless the way they can break it down. So you can break it down. Who do you want to reach? Where do you want to reach them? When do you want to reach them? What programs? They can even tell you what programs these people are watching, because again, they're the line into the home. So find an account executive who can share all of this with you, who will be realistic with you. If you tell your account executive, I have $500 and I want to run for 3 months, and if they don't tell you absolutely not, you need to find another account executive. There you go. You want someone who will tell you the truth. Another thing is, don't buy the day old bread. Okay? What do I mean by that? I've used this in so many of my marketing pitches, and at first they look at me like, what are you talking about? And then by the time I'm done with this, then they get it. Okay, so let's use the analogy of you walk into the bakery. Okay? Right there. Beautiful, fresh, brand new, out of the oven bread. Okay? Well, that's what everybody wants. You want the good bread. I want first dibs. I want the best bread to come out of the oven. Okay? That's your cable company. And remember, I have no skin in the game. I'm retired. So I'm just telling you what I want to say to all my clients for 20 years. Okay, so back to the bakery. Here's the inventory, the bread. That's the best inventory. And why does cable have that? Because they are the cable company and they have the agreements, the carriage agreements with the networks. So they're getting the first dibs. That's it. Okay. After that, well, this same bread will still be good bread tomorrow, but it's only the bread that cable didn't want. And it files down from there. So all of these other platforms that are telling you, yeah, I can get you those networks. Absolutely, I can get you that. They can sometimes, but they're not getting you the prime real estate. They're not getting you the fresh bread. You're getting the day old bread. Is it the same stuff? Sort of, but it's not as good. You're not getting the prime placement. You're not getting the prime avails. This is what you need to ask. So if you're shopping around your streaming, you're going to get the day old bread. You'll get the bread, but it's not the same, and it's not the same quality. Again, you're wasting your money. Now, let's talk about search. If you don't have a paid search as a business, you're missing out. Plain and simple. I mean, that's the simple of it. You're going to get lost in the sea of everybody else who has any keyword that might have to do with anything to do with your business. And some of them even conquest your name and put that in their keywords. So that if you get someone specifically puts your name into whatever search engine, they've conquested your name, so it pulls up. One other thing about search. Make sure you're on all the search platforms, okay? Some of the businesses out there that are offering SEO, SEM, they are only one. Okay, so you got Google, Bing, Yahoo, and I'm sure a million others. You want to make sure you're on all of them. Make sure somebody, no matter what search engine they're on, you at least want the big ones. Cable can get you that too. As if you haven't noticed, I'm a big fan of cable because I know it. And I know other people who work in broadcast networks and work on TV or work on radios, work newspaper. I get it. Newspaper is going online. They're going digital. But if you're still putting ads in print, all I have to say is, what are you doing? I get it, supporting local business. I get it. Your local little newspaper, that's adorable. I would say don't put that as part of your marketing budget. Put that as donations to charity because you're trying to support local. As far as a all-inclusive marketing plan, reallocate that money somewhere where you know it's going to get you some results. Radio is a little bit of the same, but also a little bit different. There are people who are very loyal to a radio station they've been listening to since they were a kid. And that's awesome. I mean, I get it. That's wonderful. But out of that handful of people, how many are your customers? And how many customers are you going to get from that investment? Okay? Know your audience. Know your audience. Know what they listen to. A lot of people are going to paid streaming or their music, paid streaming music services. They're going to music that's already on their phone. They're going to playlists they've created. Do your research. All in all, what I'm trying to say you is a few basic things. 1, know your audience. 2, be realistic with your budget. 3, know your geography. 4, be honest with yourself and find an account executive who will be honest with you. That's pretty much it. I've got relationships with a lot of my clients that are 20 years. And when I told them I was retiring, they legit said to me, don't go. We will never find anybody to talk to us the way you are, who's as honest as you are. And I told them, I said, I'm sorry, but I need to retire. The good thing is everybody that works on my team can give him the same or them the same information. Whether they deliver it the way I do, I'm not sure. But as an account executive and as a person who true to myself and true to marketing, I believe in marketing. I sing jingles all the time. It is what it is. You know it works. You know it. It is what it is. So there you have it. Things I've always wanted to say to my clients. I've said to some, but not to others. Be true to yourself. Figure it out. Figure out the real amount you can allocate to your marketing budget and use it wisely. Don't just listen to anybody out there that says, oh, I can get you that. Oh, cable says I can get you that. Pay attention. And last but not least, you're creative. Okay. How many times have you looked at the TV and said, what was that? What are they selling? What was that message? Or how many times have you looked and said, oh man, that is an awesome commercial. I don't know what they're selling, but that is an awesome commercial. Okay, there's 2 things. 1, make sure your message is clear. Here's what I'm selling. Here's how you get it. Here's where to go. Here's more information. Now you could be as funny as you want, but make sure your statement and what you're selling is clear. Okay, I get it. Some commercials are obnoxious, some are repetitive, some are funny, some are sad, some tug at the heartstrings, but the best ones will always have a clear message. Here's what I'm selling, here's how you find it, plain and simple. All right, so this was Straight Talk about marketing, and I hope you could pull some tidbits from it. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And I've got some contact information below. If you'd like to talk to me more about some creative, I do create 15 and 30-second template commercials. I have many of them on air right now. So give me a like, check it out, shoot me an email if you're interested in some creative. And remember, marketing is important, but so is a clear, realistic plan. I'll see you next time for Straight Talk. Thanks for coming.